What's a deal breaker for you?
I'm sorry, right now, kids are kind of a deal breaker. And the only way you can make up if you have kids is you need to be a high value man. Like, because I need to know that you will be able to. It's for real.
Hold
Let
up,
me
you wasn't
tell
saying
you.
all
Let
that
me tell
last
you.
time.
Let
Last
me
time
tell
you
you.
wasn't saying all that.
I know,
though.
but let me tell you why.
Oh, we
And
switched up
my
now.
mind has only changed because I went on a date. Right?
Oh, all right.
Let me
I
tell
didn't
you.
think so. Because, look, I told y'all, what's the saying? Chickens come home to roost, whatever the fuck. I told y'all, you heard me, it was going to get down to this.
Okay, hush. So, I only say that because at the end of the day, me personally, it's really important for me to feel financial security. And I want to know that you'll be able to hold up your end financially as well as I will be able to hold up my end. And if you have, the man that I went on a date with had 3 kids. So you already have 3 kids before I even come in. So I need to know that you're going to be able to financially take care of your kids, be there for your kids as a man, as a father, and still be with me and my family. So that's the only clause that I would say, yeah, you need to be a high value man in order to take care of your 3 kids because I want kids. And if we have gotten this far, we have already talked about the fact that I want at least 2. So you need to be able to take care of 5 kids. And my money ain't going to everybody.
What role you willing to play and being in that situation that he got jits? Because if he got kids, are you stepmama now? Or
see,
let's talk about that.
This is why I told you that my deal breaker is kind of not being with people with kids. I don't know how I feel as a stepmom. That's not when I think of myself right now, I don't think of myself as being a stepmom. I don't think of myself as, I want my own family. And it might be selfish, but I want my own. And I want to be able to take care of my own.
Ain't nothing selfish about that because that's what men want, to be real with you.
I'm sure.
When I look back at how I came up, you know, my stepdaddy made a choice to be in my life when I didn't have my father in my life at the time. He made that decision. Like, he wasn't coerced into this shit or nothing. And as I got older, when I realized oh, this isn't my real dad and all of this type of shit. Looking back, I realized how fucking pivotal that man was in my life. Like, I'm talking about, I got memories of learning how to clean cars, how to deal with liking a girl, you know, like learning how to shave, like all type of little shit, like how to when you get beat up and you go home and you crying and he nah, take your ass back out there and you going da 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 da. Like, listen, a whole bunch of this a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, you just learn a lot of man shit.
Yeah, so if you're gonna be a stepmama, there's no way you can play that role without, you can't play the fence. You can't oh, you got kids and I got, and then I'm just gonna be the.
You have to be fully committed.
And then you can't dip out. You can't just come in and then dip out, because that fucked the kids up. You feel me?
Yes.
So it's best to stay away from that shit.
That's why I would say that personally, I might be just a little too. I would think that I'm a little too immature to deal with a situation like that right now. So I personally would prefer to date somebody with no kids.
I feel the same way about women with kids, but then y'all be so fucking fine. I be like, God damn, I'm about
you gonna make it work?
I'm about to be a daddy out this bitch. You heard me? Fuck it.
I don't
know shit about kids. Hey, let me get a little baby bottle. You heard me? I'm burping the baby like a bitch. I'm burping the baby. You heard me?
Oh God. Something is wrong with you. That's why we can't bring you on here. Oh my gosh. You could be a blessing to a child as a stepmom. I could look, Shivy. Like I said, I could be, but I don't want to. Let me just be real. I don't want to. Not right now. Not right now.
So deal breaker for you is height. You know what I'm saying? And kids.
Height is not a deal breaker anymore. It's not a deal breaker anymore. It's not. It has to be a plus.
Y'all remember? Y'all remember Squidward? Y'all remember Squidward when he was like, "You don't like crabby bodies?" When he knew Squidward was capping on your ass. That's how I'm looking at you. I'm like,
that's not true.
Y'all do not let this girl get on here and play with y'all. Don't give these short niggas. Listen, bro. If you a short nigga, you better be packing money below your waist, and you better have some confidence, nigga. All this new shit giving y'all on this app. Don't think y'all finna walk up on in the club 5'2" and think she finna give you the same energy.
Oh no, 5'2". Okay, deal breaker on height though is probably 5'9". You can't be shorter than 5'9". That would be it.
Let me tell y'all something. Women don't know nothing about height. not shit. Don't let these girls think you make my 5'9", 5'8", 5'7" canes feel like they're too short. Let me tell you, I'm 6'6", 6'7", right? Women be like, I'd be like, how tall you think I am? They be like, 6'2". I'd be like, what the fuck? You think I'm 6'2"? And they be like,
but it
6'2"?
doesn't. But
I'm like,
that's
I'm
different.
6'7".
I know that. I know when I'm talking to you, you are above 6 feet. Like when I'm looking at you, I'm like, I don't care what number comes after the 6. 6 is there. So like, it don't matter.
I tell you.
I'm 5'7".
Oh, you a good height. You 5'7"? So you
See?
want something. So you can't do nothing your height. That's what you're saying.
I've done something my height before, and I was fine with him because he carried himself he carried himself like he was tall. So I wasn't.
All right, so look, what kind of heels you like? Cause I'm buying my shot of Louboutins and big heels. So what kind of heels you rocking?
I like really tall heels. I mentioned that too. My
So
heels
let's
have to
talk
be really
about it.
tall.
Respectfully, let's talk about it. So
Okay.
you'll date somebody 5'10", 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
Now when you throw them heels on, how tall you fishing to be?
I'm about to
Do
be
the math.
5'9" with you.
Do the
I
math.
know. But I've been with somebody where that's happened and I was fine because he made up for a lot of my other boxes though. Like his sense of humor was good. We had good intellectual conversation. I felt comfortable around him. Like there was a lot more that I was like, am I really going to make height be the determining factor over somebody that I really vibe with? That's just like, now we're talking like pennies to quarters. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like, that's why I'm saying like height is not a deal breaker for me because it's like, I don't want to ruin something that could be really, really good because of height. Like
and
that.
on top of that, you don't want to just shoot for tall niggas because some tall niggas ain't packing like that. And
yeah, we're not even gonna get into that.
All right, my bad. I know it's your platform. My bad. I'm a little raw
We're
with it.
not gonna get into that because I don't
and
have
some
time to
tall
tell
niggas,
you guys about yourselves.
And some tall niggas, they ain't really built like that too. I got like my brother 5'10", right?
Mm-hmm.
He built like that though. Like when shit go down, like he. But I know niggas at 6'9", like we be pulling up, like they be like, oh bro, we need to get out of here, bro.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they're goofy. They're goofy. Yeah. So I definitely can't. But that goes back to me being like, I love an alpha man. Like I can't do a little goofy man. I'm be like, okay, like, dang. Like,
so you like
I know
you
you're
like
smart, but you goofy.
Would you rather date 6'5", not that alpha, or 5'7", completely alpha?
Oh god.
hey, 6'5".
That's tough.
Uh-huh.
You need to add like another one.
Hey, nah, look.
Not that alpha. Like,
nah, look. 6'5", not alpha. Like this isn't even a debate. He's not alpha. 6'5", but the nigga look.
I have to go with the 5'7", and I say that because I remember talking to this guy that played overseas, so he was tall enough to play. And man, when I tell you, like, I really tried to like this man, but I just could not because he was a little soft and could not articulate his thoughts. So our conversation was it was more so me being intellectual. I was like, okay, I can't be with you. I'm sorry, this is not gonna work. So I will have to probably go with the 5'7".
So what's your so look, since we're talking about deal breakers,
okay.
You fucking with the Fuchsias or the Russes? You fucking with the all right, so look, I'm just a goofy weird motherfucker. I don't fit either one. But you fucking with the bad boys, you fucking with the little goody two shoes. Like, are you turned on by a nigga that might don't got that hood edge? Cause what I notice is in our community, like the women ain't really attracted to them niggas like that. And so like are you one of the women who really like attracted to like a really goody two shoe type dude, like Christian man, all that type of shit? Like that shit, or you need a thrill?
I mean, when you start throwing in religion now, that's different. But
I no Christian, no religion, but just
okay,
goody
because I
two
was
shoes.
like, that's gonna really draw something different. But like a goody two shoes, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Like I know the person I used to be with was smart when it came to certain situations, but he was from like he wasn't from like the hood or anything like that. But he had a little bit of an edge, you know. Like he would probably get down if he needed to get down. But
so you need that edge.
I need a little bit of edge because, like, if something do pop off because I decided to act up, I need a little bit of, you know.
Why can't the just goody two shoe kings get the black queen? What's up? What's up with that? Like,
they can, but I don't think that they're aggressive enough, and that comes from. I think that
where do you think that come from? Be real. Do you think there's a deeper reason to why you feel like you need that aggression? Because it's toxicity, what you're talking about. It is toxicity.
Of course.
Like, it's a little dash. Hey, we all got a little dash of that shit. But I'm saying, like,
I think it comes from just being raised by women. Like, if you're raised by women, sometimes that can happen.
And so you're saying that you won't. So because you're raised by women and know that for destruction, not really that you want, you crave that little that little edge, that little thrill. That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's real. So what about religion? So what about religion then? So you feel like is religion is that a deal breaker for you if he not the religion that you want him to be type shit?
It's not that he has to be the religion that I want him to be, because I'm not a religious person. I consider myself very spiritual. And I'm still going through a journey of learning religion. Or not even learning religion, but learning spirituality, because I think that we have been taught something that is not, it's not part of what our culture actually, like our ancestors knew. So personally, if he is too religious, I probably would not want to be with him.
Oh, hold on. I like where we going with this. Hold on. All right. We go.
I feel like I need to get my phone charger for you.
I'm not gonna take over your life for too long because I gotta go see my niggas in Hollywood.
Okay.
But just give me a couple more. You feel me? All right. So look. So you said height. We talked about that. We talked about religion. You heard me? Now we finna swear it over here. You heard me?
Okay.
So okay. So what about race though? How do you feel about, would you not date a black man? Like, would you date outside of your race? Is that a deal breaker for you? Respectfully.
Oh, that's a tough one. So this is why it's tough. If you say you only date black men, then my pool of dating these men that I like goes down very small. Like, now I'm set.
Wait, what you saying? So you say that again? You said it again?
My pool of men shrinks if I'm only gonna date black men.
Okay.
So that causes a problem sometimes. But I don't think I'm opposed to dating outside of my race. But it also kind of depends. Like, there's one guy that I know that is, like, I would date him, and he is Haitian and Filipino.
Okay.
But he's very cultured. So it's like,
but when you throw that Haitian in there, that's
I know,
still,
mixed culture. I know.
That's very culture. So that's very black. So it's like, I'm talking about.
But he didn't have to be like that though, because he only lives with, like, his whole family is Filipino. Like, his whole family is Filipino. So like,
but the
he didn't have
Filipinos
to
are very
actually
brown.
be cultured.
Filipinos are very colored people too, though. So, but I feel you. So what about so you're not opposed? It's not a deal breaker, basically.
It's not a deal breaker, but
unlikely.
I will say I have talked to people, and they have kind of convinced me as to why you should only date in your race. And I understand keeping the money within your community, pretty much. Especially if I end up becoming just like Beyonce and Jay-Z. Blue Ivy is black. She's a black woman, and she has been born into privilege, and that's what more black people need. So personally, that's what would drive me to only want to date in my race.
So I do date interracially. I do, but you know, it's
you
crazy.
Look like you do.
Exactly. So look, but you know, it's crazy though. Like, I did have a point in my life where I wouldn't. There was a point in my life where I was like, I will never date interracially, because when I was in elementary, I was the only black kid, and it was like a lower class kind of whatever. It was basically a mixed neighborhood, but I was like the only black dude.
Right.
And there was a couple Africans, like that was it. And like, you know, they like be on some different shit than us. And then everybody else was like some other shit. And that's like right when I moved from the hood to this little area, then I ended up moving back to the hood. So I kind of like, when I was like, I want to say like 4 or 5 years old, my first crush was a different race. But that's all the fuck I had around me. You feel me? But I am mixed too though. So it's kind of like my mama mixed. We not culturally, but just like biologically, like mixed too. So like if I go down my family tree, my mama, my grandmama, all them, like they all mixed. So everybody thought I was mixed. I mean, I am, but they, you know what I'm trying to say, like deeper, right? And so like for me, it was like that. But then by the time I got to college, I was all like pro black and all of that shit. Like I was super close. I was like, I don't even know. Like, I went to Morgan State University. Feel me? Shout out to my HBCU people. I graduated like a couple years ago. Yeah, but yeah, when I got to college, I was like, I will never date interracially, and I felt the same way too. But then by the time I graduated college, I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not even gonna share myself like that unless I just want to feel right who and where and shit like that. But it can be a deal breaker for a lot of people from the jump, where they don't even open their mind. They won't even fuck with somebody from the jump. Like, but
it goes deeper though. Like that's what I'm saying. So like, and Shivy saying the most revolutionary thing you can do is love another black person, and it's extremely. Like, if you really think about it, it's very true that if black people stayed within their community, how much we could do, especially if you decide to stay with that person. So, like, even LeBron being with his black wife and having black kids, like, that is really important to our community.